Hello, this message is for someone who's dealing with a person in their life who they care about, who wants something from them. And if this message is for you, I would say they want it from you right now, but really it's like because there's this sense of urgency, okay? Really, they've been wanting something from you lately. From your more balanced perspective, you would probably think they've been wanting something from you lately. And what I'm getting is that you are 100% aware of what they want from you. You're aware. And you are aware that they've been trying to get that from you. But the reason you haven't given it to them, besides the fact that I'm getting that you don't really feel like it, you don't feel like it because of the way they've been approaching you. And that's the part that they don't seem to be connecting dots on. Okay? I'm getting to that you've sent plenty hints. You're trying to actually speak this person's language because the problem with this person, the reason you haven't been cooperative is because this person goes about things in a roundabout way. This person refuses to be direct with you, to be honest, upfront, or direct with you about whatever they want. They just refuse. So instead, they're trying to get something from you through manipulation. They're trying to manipulate you so you think you want to give it to them, or so they extract it from you somehow without having to own up to it, to wanting this thing from you, this information, this interaction, they want you to do something for them. It could even be explain something to them. It could be give something to them. But what they want, they refuse to go at it directly. And that's the reason why, because you pick up on this, that you refuse to play ball. And they just don't want to face that. They don't want to face that. They don't want to face that. So instead, what they're doing is doubling down on their games. They think they need to get more tricky, more manipulative, more covert. And it's just freaking irking you because you're like, the more you do that, the less I want to have anything to do with you. But this person just can't seem to get it together. They can't seem to face who they are, what they want, who you are to them, or who you are in general. Okay, so whatever mental gymnastics they're caught up on, which is they've made things so complicated. This person goes about things in such a contrived, complex, roundabout, backwards way that things that are really quite simple become extremely complicated, and they involve themselves in such profound mental gymnastics that they get lost into the whys and the hows and the becauses, like they don't know even why they are this way. Okay, trust me on that. If this message is for you, and I'm guessing if it is a lot, everything will resonate, right? And so it will make sense. But I'm getting that whoever this is for, this person is truly unaware. And they're just sort of, they haven't done a whole lot of work on themselves. They think they have, but it's all superficial things that other people that they can show to other people, if you know what I mean. Like, I was going to say that other people can notice, but they put great effort into people noticing. So it's really more about the show and tell than it is about the growth for them. So that's why you can imagine big parts of their development have been neglected. And this is a full adult, fully grown person that just goes about things in a roundabout way. And they overcomplicate situations so much that they make a mess of their own mind, let alone the other person. So here's what's happening. Most people they deal with, they achieve confusing them. If the other person senses that, they're being manipulated and resist, their second, like their plan B, their second option technique that they go for, like usually, is to try and confuse them so much and exhaust them so much that they comply anyway. Even if they know that they're being kind of manipulated and this person is being backwards and they're driving them insane, they will end up complying just to make them stop. Okay, this is quite a narcissistic individual is what I'm starting to understand, even though I'm not a licensed therapist or psychologist, so I'm not going to make any diagnosis, but that's kind of what I'm getting, is that person with those strong narcissistic tendencies they can't seem to care about the experience of other people beyond how it affects them, okay? And so they're just so focused on getting what they want out of people without having to own up to it. And that's because they also want to maintain a narrative about themselves or about dynamics that is, again, so contrived and complicated that they even get lost. And if the other person sees through them, they usually become so overwhelmed, drained, and tired of them that they comply anyway. What's happening is you're doing neither, okay? You're not allowing them to manipulate you, and you're also not giving up in exhaustion and complying. You're also not doing the third option they're used to, which is fight them. You're not fighting them, which is their last resort. When someone fights them, then they turn the tables, make that person the bad guy, and leave it at that. And you're not doing that either. So it's like you're not giving them options to dominate this situation in the ways they usually do. And I'm getting it's a very simple situation where they want something and you're just not going to give it until they treat you in a way which you find reasonable, which is upfront, direct, and honest. So you're just doing your thing and you're just not responding to this, and they're having a meltdown behind the scenes. You're probably not aware, but you are probably aware of the fact that they keep escalating whatever's going on. They keep trying to. It's kind of similar to the last message I just did, but there's one main difference, and it's that in the other one, this person didn't necessarily want something from you. They were just frustrated. They weren't getting their way that they always get with you. But in this other situation, they also want something from you. This person is upset because not only are they not getting their way, they also need something from you. They need it, they want it, they need it. Maybe they don't need it, but they've convinced themselves they need it, okay? Maybe it's just so they can feel better about themselves or something. I'm getting there's some self-worth issue here. Like they have some kind of self-worth issue, and this is how they fix it. Again, kind of similar to the last message, but quite different in a way too. So it's for different scenarios, but it might be for the same person who's dealing with different people who are kind of this way, okay? So if this message is for you, it's very, your instinct to not give in to this person and give them what they want from you, simple as it might be, until they treat you in the way you find reasonable, is very correct. But understand that you may see a darker, uglier side of this person that you haven't seen up until now come out as you refuse to engage with their manipulations and you refuse to let them just think you're stupid. Like they always think about everyone, even though people see right through them, they just humor them because, again, it's just too much hassle to be confrontational for most people or to know how to deal with these difficult personalities. So most people sort of just back off, okay? And I recommend you do the same, because if you confront them about the reality, they're just gonna make you into the bad guy. And what I'm getting also is this person may already be slandering you a little, like telling lies about you just simply because you're not complying, okay? So if you accept that this is what's happening and that, people who believe them must be naive or not know them very well, because people who know them well know that they exaggerate and they blow things out of proportion and they manipulate circumstances and facts. So anyone who knows them is probably going to see through it. So you should not worry yourself with that, and you should be very focused on your own boundaries and not letting this person take from you on top of being so burdensome. Okay, so I hope that helps.